Hello everyone, it's Danny Mansfield here from the TTLT Training Hub. I've put together this small tutorial video, call it what you want, but it's mainly aimed at facilitators of online learning. But there is this foreword for those who may be considering training or learning remotely. The way that we undertake training recently has vastly changed. This has thrown up some challenges, particularly in the education sector, and we have had to learn a whole new way of doing things, and one of these is the way in which we approach our CPD, and if you're a facilitator, the way in which we deliver it. I've held off on passing judgment on it over the last few months as we really needed to work with it, understand it and trial it. Now, one thing I would say is I don't think it will ever replace face-to-face training and having that interaction, and I suppose it's that feeling of being in the room. However, there are certainly key points that I think we should not underestimate and consider, which I will go through. The first point is that professional development can be supported effectively remotely. Whether you are a learner or a facilitator, school professionals can gain knowledge and skills through this type of training. As a facilitator, it does mean we need to think about how we design and deliver a program or a session, as these are most likely to be important to the professional development outcomes, regardless of whether this is face-to-face or remote. The second point is about having the right school conditions, as remote learning is going to require a number of things. Support from leaders, time to attend or deliver, the tech-specific training and access. If staff do not have the technology in place or necessary skills required for the professional development, then we are hitting a barrier before we even begin the training. This is also key for facilitators and one area we have found challenging. After all, here at TTLT, we are learning the process as well. The third aspect is based around coaching and mentoring. This term I have been undertaking or completing a coaching program with someone completely new to me. I've never met them before in a different school. I was a little skeptical at first, but what I am seeing is that it works. We are also using this on our NQT program. This type of support and learning is very effective remotely, but if allowed and completed with blended learning approaches, can complement the process. And the final point is on content. Content is king, right? And this is really aimed at facilitators. The way we design our sessions needs careful thought. How best can we interact? What tools within the sessions allow us to overcome barriers that would not normally be there? Barriers such as information being difficult to share or access. And this can have a detrimental effect on user engagement. If you are a facilitator, over the next course of videos and tutorials that I've put together, we will look at some of these aspects in a little more detail, so stay tuned for those. Now, one thing we will never know, as it's just too soon, is the impact of remote professional development during our current time. Is it more or less effective than face-to-face? Evidence and research is certainly limited out there, and the Education Endowment Foundation have written a good piece, so go and check that out. But if you are a learner and you're thinking about remote training, then don't hold off. There is no strong evidence to suggest that school-based professional development should be delayed until you can get it delivered face-to-face.